Greetings and salutations, family. It's Friday. It's time for Chasing Atlanta. Let's get into it, shall we?
Hey, yo, Ebony, they might get mad at you for this one, Baba.
Take a seat with Ebony, Ebony. We gon' talk about everything. Come get these lives, maybe shake a little eyes. Fill up your glass, deep with vibes. Take a seat with Ebony, Ebony. We gon' talk about everything. Come get these lives, maybe shake a little eyes. Fill up your glass, deep with vibes. Fill up your glass. Maybe shake a little.
Hey, y'all. Listen, it's been drama. Oh, me trying to get this together. This still ringing in the background. I knew there was something going on with this. The new episode of Chasing Dallas came out. It's called Kiss My Ass. We finna review and see what happened. I got my cup of tea. I'm about to make sure that it's kind of a biscuit. I've been using this frother thing for months, and I still sometimes do stupid thing. I just want to make sure my sugar. I didn't stir this. This is how I stir up my sugar to make sure that it's blended real good. But yeah, we're gonna jump into the new episode. Let's see, and get into the tea. How appropriate. How appropriate. All right. Let's get into the foolishness, shall we? I had to come back. I had to come back because I'm old, and I'll be to forget what happened in the episode by the time I get too far in. So we start with what the child name is with Tedley and Robert Ray. Tedley is trying to show Robert Ray this building for his nail shop because he's gonna reopen his nail shop. However, Tedley was unable to procure the keys to said building to be able to show him around, and it's dusty. His hair is uneven. Like it's a lot happening at this building that they can't get into. But they outside they have a conversation, and Robert Ray is like, "Why did you have your party?" Because Robert, if anybody gonna ask the question, it's gonna be my friend Robert Ray. So Robert Ray says, "Why did you have your party the same day as that man?" Speaking of George and the birthday party. And so he said, "I didn't know." And then when I found out, I was like, "Well, I'm not going to change my situation just because he's having a thing and blah, 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 and all these things. And that's the only weekend that I could do it because I had to go out of town and blah, blah, blah." It was giving a lot of excuses. It really was. It was giving a lot of excuses. It's giving a lot of excuses. Is that that's the nicest way that I could put it. And then Robert Ray was like, and Keyshawn talk about some uh your man is his man and his man is my man and they all fucking on the same man. What is happening? And then he goes into the explanation of how yes, the man slept with them both, but he don't care because that's not his man, so he can do whatever he wanted. It don't make him no never mind. I said, oh, okay. Hmm. Hmm. I ain't got that in me. I don't have that unbothered. The Scorpio in me just I can't. because that man would have magically disappeared fucking with me. But that's neither here nor there. So Robert Ray was like, okay, all right. And so we then go to our good friend Astro, and Astro is going to visit his gay dad, and we meet his gay dad. I think his name is Say something. I cannot remember that man's name. But they sit down and have a conversation, and Astro is talking about how his gay dad has always been there for him when he was homeless, when he needed to get a car, all of these things. He has been a good support system for him. And then they had a conversation about something. It was a nice conversation. Astro is doing Dallas Takeover again, and he asked his gay dad to host for him, and they're gonna do that. And then he told his gay dad about this story about a friend coming over, and he was living with a guy, and the guy had a baby mama. And him and the baby mama broke up. And the baby mama moved out, and he got another girlfriend. And the baby, I guess the baby mama came over and assaulted him. And him and the baby mama was cool, and they did me. I'm not sure if I'm getting this. I feel like something about this. I don't know. I told y'all I'm old and I'm forgetful, and I feel like I just forgot. I see T on my shirt. I feel like I just missed a portion of this story. I don't know, but I know he said they was friends. The girl came to the house and physically assaulted him. Cause what the fuck? Assault. And then he said he really trying, hoping him and the girl can have a conversation, because they make music together and the music is good, and there's no way that this should be the end of their relationship over some bullshit misunderstanding. But she came to your house and assaulted you, beloved. Ain't no friendship. What you mean? You literally came to my domicile to fight me, and you assaulted me, and you brought your nigga with you. Uh-uh. The friendship is over at that point. Ain't no friendship. You are now my assaulter, and I can't. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. But we gonna see. Let's jump back into the rest of this episode, chair. We gonna be. I wish the fuck. Okay, the mess continues. All right, so we get Keyshawn and Robert Ray sitting down to have a little lunch. Oh, they love the fact that they are both on better terms with each other now. Um, and so they sitting down, they talking, and Robert Ray was like, "Oh, you had so much to say about Tedley's event and blah 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 and all those things." And he's like, "Well, speaking of Tedley, I got some other stuff that I need to discuss when I see him." And well, before we get into the mess, let's do the good part. So Keyshawn is launching a fragrance. He said that he's not in the rooms for the flash and blog, and it's not generating income the way he thought it would. So we scrapping that for now, and he's going into fragrance, and he gave a sample to his friend Robert Ray, and we're gonna see what it is. I know I just one that baby told me it was launched when it was launching. It may have already launched, and if it has, I'll get some when I get paid. Him and Jackie, I know, on my list. But be that as it may, he's getting ready to launch a fragrance, and that's when they went into the thing about Ted Lee, and he's like, "Yeah, I had a friend who was looking to buy some property here, and so I gave him Ted Lee's name, to like help him get a sale, blah blah blah, because I know he showed us his broker's license at the reunion. I was there. That did happen. Um, so he says when my friend went to look him up, because it's a public website, you can look up your realtor, your attorney, look at their track record, how many houses they're sold. Is the house in escrow? Has the house closed? What's happening? What's going on? Like their track record to see if they really about what they be talking about. And the friend went to the website and said that Ted Lee's name is not in the database as a licensed real estate person. He said no, no matching, no matching names could be found. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, that's what it said. So Keyshawn thinks that Ted Lee is lying about actually having a license, that he doesn't have a license like he says he does, because that particular website said we don't know her. So he's gonna have a conversation with Ted Lee about it when they see each other at whatever event it's gonna be where they see each other. So then we go to what the baby name is? Marquise and so while I ignore this call from my job. Of course it wasn't a call from me. Alright. So what was I? Marquise and Seven are doing. Why am I calling him Marquise? It's Kesey. Kesey and Seven are doing an audition for Kesey's music video tour, something. Because he about to drop some new music. He said, "Gather your coins like I'm Beyonce." Got it. And they have this little thing, and they all lovey dovey and all that good shit. Lovely, wonderful. They aggravate my spirit. Hold on. All right, so we gonna jump into the rest of the episode because we up to J.C. Jones, and we gonna see what he's up to. So much is happening. Hold on, I had to pause before we get into the drama with whatever drama KC, JC, and Keyshawn got going on. So first, uh, we see JC, and he's doing a photo shoot for this lovely young man who is a business owner, and he's doing this photo shoot and Boston Bloom and boop boop boop. And then he goes into how he was in this previous relationship and the man was abusive, and he was like he was in a situation where he was physically stuck in the house until he could procure another place to live. And so, and how harrowing that situation was. He couldn't walk out the house. He couldn't take his dog out. He couldn't order Uber Eats or DoorDash or anything like that to get food. Like it was like a harrowing situation for him until he was able to procure other housing for him to leave and go into. And when he said when he left that apartment, it was empty because everything in the apartment was his. And then the boy's mama was like, "You gonna just take all of his stuff and leave him with it?" Yes, ma'am. Because all of this shit belong. Yes, ma'am. Let me. Yes, ma'am. Let me be very clear. Love it. Don't worry. I got the penny mic. It's right here. I just need the new jack to be able to plug it into the thing. So, stay tuned next week. Petty Mike will be here. Hell, I need the Petty Mike for the end of this episode. Jesus. All right. So he does a wonderful photo shoot. The pictures turned out beautiful of the young man in his in his new content space, his space that he has. He then threw an after hours like kickback after hours club vibe situation at his event space. he did not say anything about having a liquor license. So I don't. That's my only concern with this situation, because I think the idea is absolutely wonderful, but I do believe he's gonna. But he seems to be a very on top of my business type of business person, so I'm sure he did all of that research and did what he needed to do for his liquor license and all that stuff to make sure that everything was above board. That was my only takeaway from that particular situation was did he need a liquor license to do that, because I believe he was serving alcohol at the event. But I listen, I don't know. But he seems to be the type of young man that will be on top of his business acumen like that. That he would have, crossed his T's and dotted all his I's. Wonderful. We move on. It's Astro's birthday party. Now I was trying to tell people to be giving Astro grace because he's a baby. He's 23. He is younger than my youngest baby. So I was like, oh, this makes sense. But he goes into the story about how he was talking to the bearded man before, like years ago, where it was some intrigue between the two of them, and they were sending text messages back and forth before Teddy was married and in a relationship at this point, so he didn't even know that bearded man, or they were friends or whatever. And when he found out that Ted Lee and him were actually dating or living together or whatever their situation was, he was like, listen, I've been wanting to see what that is like for a long time. So if that nigga ever slide, then I'm going to slide. He's young. He don't. Okay. Fine. Whatever. Great. And that's exactly what happened. Him and Ted Lee broke up. The man slid. So he slid and they slid. And that's how he got slid. So, and it was never Keyshawn messing with that man. It was Keyshawn's friend who was messing with with that man, and then Astro was very upfront. She's like, oh no, that man is very promiscuous. He's very much promiscuous, and he liked to dip his wick in a lot of different pots. So it's gonna be what it is with that particular man. So they told that story. So we're at his birthday party kickback at the apartment complex's house, the little playhouse, which is where I may have a party. Listen, we gonna see. So then Robert Ray, Keyshawn, Joan Jett, Kiki, Marquise, Kesey, Seven Deep, and some Astro friends at this little park at kickback. Marquise is like, the chef is there. He's like, where's the food? Like, I don't. JC was there too. Did I say JC? I think I said JC. So the whole cast is there, including Kiki. So Keyshawn gets there and everybody's sitting around and they chit chatting, and Astro is like, well, we're gonna start to play some games and bop bop bop. And Keyshawn says, well, can we do an icebreaker first? Because you got us here. Some of us don't know each other. I don't know some people. Got me here with all these people that we don't know. Let's do an icebreaker. And so he's like, okay, so everybody go around, say your name, what you do, and who's your favorite superhero. Real cute. That's a real cute icebreaker. I don't know how people don't know how to follow directions. Maleficent and Harry Potter, not superheroes. That's not how superhero works. You could have said Spider-Man. You could have said Superman. You could have said Batman. You could have said Invincible, Omni-Man. You could have said Wolverine. You could have said Magneto. You could have said Professor X. You could have said Jubilee. You could have said Thor. Harry Potter, not a superhero. I'm a Harry Potter stan. I'm planning a Harry Potter tattoo. Not a superhero. Definitely gonna get a Hufflepuff and a wand somewhere soon. Soon come. However, it's gonna be colored too. I can't wait. Maybe like on this hand. I don't know. We'll see. But no. Maleficent, Harry Potter, storybook characters, not superheroes. There's a difference, beloved. Not to bring out the blurred in me, but I'm just saying, baby, that's not how. But they aren't. Okay. So So let's get into the shits. So they get into Robert Ray. They get into Ted Lee planning the party the same day as George's birthday. And Baby is going through this whole dissertation about he didn't know it was the same day, and he had planned a bigger event, and he had to replan it, blah, 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 blah. And Robert Ray was like, now you being fake, because that's not what you said when I saw you. You said that you knew it was the same day, and you decided to go through with it anyway. And so, Robert Ray's like, now you being fake. Just tell the truth. Tell them that, like, if that's what it is, and that's just what it is. Baby, they get to and then Keyshawn comes in with the you don't have a license and we can't find you on the website. And so Ted Lee goes into this dissertation about how his friend has a broker's license and been a broker for years, but that's in Orlando, I think, Florida, I think he said. And they're opening, I guess, another branch here in Texas, but you can't have two brokers, a brokerage house with two brokers license. I don't know how that works. I would have to go back to my Selling Sunset because I know them twin brothers, both of them got a brokerage license. So if that's why Oppenheimer in LA is possibly under one brother and Oppenheimer in Orange County is in under the other brother's license, then that would make maybe that's why. I don't know. And that could very well be. But Ted Lee is in his confessional saying that in order to have your broker's license, you have to be doing deals and blah, 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 and taking tests and renewing the license. And he said possibly when the friend went to look at him under the website, his license had lapsed and it was in an inactive status. And that's why he couldn't find it. Okay, fine. And so he was like, yes. But when he brought out that flip phone, saying, yeah, I went to my ghetto phone to find you. And maybe it was my phone. Maybe I had your name in there. He said, okay, so this is what got me about Keyshawn. He said, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misspelled your name, and that's why I couldn't find you on the website. Can you put your name in here for the web just so we can prove it? Put your name in so we can find your license because you showed all of us your license at the reunion. We all saw it. It was laminated, had it in your hand. We all clapped for you, all of those good things. Yes, come on, get your license. Yes, honey. That was me in the background of the reunion when he pulled his license out. So he goes to this long dissertation, and then Robert Ray, being the instigator that he is, while all that drama is going on, he was like, is that why you don't like JC? And Keyshawn is like, I don't know her. What is happening? Why don't you like JC? You literally said, I don't know her. And Robert was like, well, that's not what you said the other day. Oh, shit. I don't remember that in the lunch with Robert Ray and Keyshawn when he launched the perfume. I'm saying anything about JC. Did y'all not show it? We need the unedited version. Now I had just got to the part where JC was about to be. It was like, okay, here we go. And so I'm gonna. I haven't figured out what the issue. I had to stop to make sure that I came back and explained to you my thoughts and feelings on what had just happened because it was a lot. First of all, Keyshawn, you was terribly messy, but I understand you was trying to get the scoop and trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. So I'm not necessarily mad at it. So we're gonna see what the issue is between JC and Keyshawn. Hold your line. Them last 6 minutes escalated so fucking quickly. My God, on today. So JC starts flipping out, talk about you a fan and you know me and buzz and blue and blue and blue and we have met before and wop 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 and all these things. And Shaw was like, I've never met you before. You invited the cast to your event. I did not go. It was an hour and 45 minutes away. You was upset that you didn't get a return on your investment. And what I do know about you is you don't pay your bills. I clutched my invisible paws. Then the baby said, did JC come back and be like, listen, I'm not doing this with a bitch who got a speech impediment? And that fucking Astro talk about not we being ableist. Father God, it's again I come to you right now. Oh my God, as humbly as I know how. Because Jesus, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Because this is a lot. Whoop whoop. And I'm at the end of my diesel at the end of the episode. Got a speech impediment, Jesus. And then now they call each other bad built body bitches and all these other things. And Roberts and Keyshawn is telling JC, get a degree, get 2 degrees, and you too old to be acting like this. And it was a lot. And JC is giving, and poor Joan Jett is like, listen, we don't have to be yelling at each other. We can all get along. You know, it don't have to be this way. Bop, bop, bop. JC is trying to bite Joan Jett's head. Joan Jett is so upset in his confessional. That baby done lapsed into Spanish and started speaking Spanish. I don't know what that baby said, but it felt real angry and real like, bitch, I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to, but I'm not the bitch to be talking to like that. So you better correct who the fuck you talking to. That's my interpretation of what Joan Jett said in Spanish. I don't even know if that's even close to what that baby said, but that's what I heard. My interpretation was bitch. I'm not the 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck you, bitch. Y'all, I'm tickled. I am tickled. Child, that's how the episode ended. It ended with Keyshawn literally showing his ass, literally bending over and giving that boy his ass to kiss and walking out. Is this how the whole season gonna be? Everybody else is looking around like. I'm not gonna lie. I love him, but I blame Robert Ray for this. I knew Keyshawn was gonna go left, but I feel like the instigation into the JC thing, that at the very end, I believe I'm gonna lay that at Robert Ray's feet. Because you didn't have to say nothing. You ain't have to say nothing about that boy. You didn't. But this has been my recap review of Chasing Dallas season 5, episode 2, literally titled "Kiss My Ass." I am your humble auntie, Abby Reviews. Please, sirs, man, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a kid. I will catch y'all later this evening for the live rant and review with Really Be an L Teddy. Baby, because we're going to discuss this because this was a mess. I'll see y'all later for something. Peace out.